What's up, everyone? It's Milan. Okay, I am going to answer this question. I get it all the time from friends, from emails. It's like the most common question of all fucking time, and it's how do I get a job? People are struggling to get a job and they don't know what the fuck to do about it. Now, before we decide how to get a job, let's discuss why the fuck do you want a job? Like, an immediate thing that comes to your mind is, yeah, I got bills to pay, I got loans, I got this, I got that, I need to buy a puppy for my girlfriend, I don't fucking care, right? You were not born, let me give you some breaking news if this is fucking news to you. You were not born to fucking work for somebody else. You were not born to work from the ages of 18 or 21 or whenever you fucking graduate to work until 65. If you truly believe that as a human you were born on this earth to basically be, it's almost like a modern day servant because you are there to serve someone for 40 plus years of your life. If you truly believe that you were here to do that, for 40 plus years, you're out your fucking mind, mate. Let me give you a news alert. You're not here to do that. What you're here, or what you need essentially, is money, right? And you see a job as being the only way to get money. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. We need money because without money, we can't do shit, right? So let's say we need money to get where we want, whether it's to raise our own business or whether it's to put our kids through education or whatever, right? What do? I'm going to give you 3 pieces of advice that I done, secured every fucking job that I wanted, right? Here we go. Rule number 1, research. I cannot emphasize this anymore, right? Now, the way you do research is that say you want to work for an investment bank or you want to work for a tech firm. You want to research the motherfucker that you want to work for and you want to know everything about him. You want to stalk him on Instagram, you want to stalk him on Facebook, Twitter, like wherever, YouTube. He might be on YouTube playing a little fucking banjo for all I care in his spare time. And you want to know about that, right? Because the moment you know about that, you can form a relationship with him. You know, I found out that I'm into fitness and I found out that someone I potentially wanted to work for was also into fitness. I can have banter with him straight away. So the moment you do research about someone, right, you set up this RSS Google feed or something like that so you can find out everything about them. Whenever their name appears on Google for a quote they said or for anything that they've done or for when the company's done well, they may have written a blog or whatever, right? You want to be on the phone to them once they've done something substantial, and you want to be on the phone to them and you want to congratulate them and you want to be like, mate, you absolutely fucking killed it. You're the bomb, man. Like this achievement, like it was epic. Like, well done. Because you have to understand, people don't expect shit like that. Like they don't. The only people reading financial articles in which they mentioned a quote, they're like 50 plus because no one gives a shit about that. And by calling them, you're doing what nobody else would do. And when you do that, you're creating relationships. But don't ask for a fucking job, right? You're not there to just beg someone. You're here to research. Once you've done your research, you're gonna add fucking value. And while adding value, you're creating a relationship. And then maybe at some point down the line, this is a long-term strategy, you're going to ask if there is an opening or you're interested. And when you've got a relationship with someone, they're much more inclined to say, yeah, actually, you know what, you might be good for so-and-so's team. I've done it and it's worked and I've pitched myself on the phone and I've had the balls to pick up the phone and ring the geezer and tell him how much I love reading his shit even though I couldn't give 2 fucking fucks about it, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, CVs. Like, what the fuck is a fucking CV? It's a CV. A CV is the most outdated, old school, shittest method I've ever heard in my life. It's meant to be a method by which you summarize what 5 or 10 years worth of experience into one fucking page. It just doesn't work like that. Let me give you a news alert, right? Recruiters spend 10 to 15 seconds on a CV, maybe 30 seconds if you think you're a bit of a bad man with your CV. It just doesn't work. It's old. So do you really think it's fair that you work for 5 years, 10 years, you got to summarize on a shitty piece of paper that someone will spend 30 seconds reading who doesn't understand your role, who doesn't understand what the fuck you do, right? And just has to match the job description with what the company's requirements are and then put you forward. Do you really think that's fair? Because let me give you a news alert, it's definitely not fair. It's not fair on you if someone who you spent, or whatever you spent 10 years doing, you summarize that on a piece of paper and it's all black and white, and then that gets pushed forward or decided whether you're suitable for a position or not within 30 seconds, right? So why the fuck are you using CVs? It's crap, it's old, don't fucking do it, right? If you have to do it for the sake of like applying, then that's fine, but attach it in addition to what I'm about to tell you now, right? Now, I used to work for a tech company, and developers used to send in like this web URL, and it used to be a link to a game, and in that game they were the character, and used to go through all these levels, and as you unlock and as you play the game, you know, people used to unlock their experience, or their experience would flash up, or their achievements would flash up, or their, you know, everything about them. They would go pop into a hot air balloon and fly off to fucking Timbuktu, right? And it would just say their experience, and it was so interactive, it was so dynamic, it was so playful. But what was the fundamental thing? Creativity. What did I do? I sent in a portfolio, right? I sent in this laminated portfolio. It said who I was, what I could do, where I saw myself fitting into the company, what I loved about the company, photos, this, that, the whole bazinga. It was all there in this portfolio. And I didn't send it to a HR person, because what the fuck's a HR person gonna do? They're there to, it's like they're fucking playing tic-tac-toe, mate. They're there to match this with that. If your background doesn't match, they're not going to put you forward. You want to go to CEOs, you want to go to directors, you want to go to people who can appreciate your level of creativity. You don't want to pass that over to HR people who are there to just match experience with the job description and your CV. It just doesn't work like that. Now, in creating a portfolio, I never actually emailed it. I sent it in via post. Why? Because when you send something in via post, it's tangible, it's physical, it's something that someone is willing to spend the time in going through. Ain't no CEO, ain't nobody gonna go through your fucking portfolio if you send it online as a PowerPoint presentation. They just don't have the time to do that. They'll flick through it in 10 seconds and dash it, right? By giving them something tangible, something laminated, something that nobody has ever done, and sending it through a post, it's weird, but sending post in is almost like it's the new thing to do. People were fed up with post 20 years ago, right? And that's exactly why you need to do it, because no one is going to fucking do this method. Like, literally no one is going to apply through the exact same method as you're about to do now, which is creativity. And what I would like to say is that if you apply the same way as everybody else, you're in competition with 100 other people, right? By doing this method, you're only in competition with yourself. And by being only in competition with yourself, you stand a 10 times better chance than you do with 100 other CVs that the HR person has to go through and spend 20 seconds each on, right? Rule number 3, you hustle. Now, I know a lot of you probably won't have the balls to do this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I done it. And if I believe one thing, that is that one fucking person watching this video will have the balls to do it. Okay, so this is what I done. I used to get ready, slip back hair, suited, booted, and again, research the entire fucking company, right? Know everybody's names, know everything about the CEO, know everything. And I used to wait outside the building of the CEO, because when that motherfucker comes out, he's got to come out at some fucking point. And obviously the only 2 times he'll come out is either morning or evening, right, when he leaves. I was there waiting for that guy, and I would pitch myself to him in person. Don't get me wrong, I was shitting it, I was fucking scared, but I would pitch myself to him in person there and then, and I would be like, hey, bang, shake his hand, I'm here to introduce myself, I'm XYZ, and I feel like I can do this for your company. I would walk with him to the fucking tube station. I'd walk with him home if I have to, but I want a conclusive thing coming out of that meeting. I want an interview. I want something done, right? I'm there to fucking close a deal. I'm not there to pitch myself. He says, up yours, mate, see you next Tuesday, and then you're like, okay, well, that didn't work. If you're going to do any of this, you better be ready to close a motherfucking deal, because this ain't the time to be weak. This ain't the time to accept bullshit. You're putting yourself out there. You waited to fucking close something, right? If they don't, say you're not going to wait around the office, right? Do you know what else I done? I went in with a package, right? And in this package was obviously my portfolio that I had created. Now I went to the receptionist and I was like, boom, I got this box, right? This box, and it's only for the CEO. And she was like, yeah, I'll hand it to him. I was like, no, you won't, mate. I'm handing it to the CEO, right? And she was like, okay. And I was like, look, they're super sensitive. I've only got permission to give this to the CEO. And obviously I wouldn't say CEO, I'd say his name, because I have to act like he's my fucking best buddy and we play golf on the weekends. And she'd be like, okay, and she'd call him. Tip-tap-toe, mate, the guy would come down the lift, and at this point I'm shitting it, my heart's beating fast, I don't know what the fuck to say, I'm like, shit, what am I going to say when he comes down? But when he comes down, your brain just reacts, man, because you've recited this 1,000 times in your head. You fucking shake his hand and you say, hi, you know, I know you were called because you thought you had a parcel, and here it is, and you pitch yourself, and you tell them why you're a good fit for that role. You have to understand one thing, that there's nothing more powerful than doing shit in person, right? And in doing shit in person, it's empowering, and people that are so high up will respect that, because you're doing shit that nobody else does, number one. Number two, they will even see themselves in you, because in order to get to where they are, at one point, they've had to hustle, they've had to do things differently to anybody else in order to get there. That's why they're at the fucking top of the food chain, right? So I'm going to end this video by saying one thing. I know it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to end one thing. If you want to do, and you want to stand out, and if you want to do something different than everybody else, don't fucking do the same shit as they are. Fuck CVs, fuck the application process, do shit that nobody else is doing, be fucking creative and stop living in a box, right? That's if you have to work for someone. But yeah, peace out. Let me know what your thoughts are.